Hi, hello, South Texas. I hope you're doing well. I have good news to share with everybody. Yes, it is getting very stormy in Bexar County right now, but we have seen these storms weaken significantly, and they're just going to continue to collapse as they move through Bexar County. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about these storms that are moving through. You know, this one storm that is moving into Bexar County, it was severe when it was moving through Medina County and Hondo, and actually caused a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust at the airport in Hondo. So that's significant, guys. That's really strong wind. That is considered damaging wind. We haven't had any reports of damage in Hondo just yet. Hopefully we don't get any reports. Hopefully everybody made it through just fine. Thankfully, though, for Bexar County, these storms have weakened big time again, and they're expected to likely continue to weaken as they move off to the east. So let's take another close look at that. Look at all the rain that we have that's going to make its way into Bexar County. Still going to be heavy rainfall. Still could have some isolated flooding. But guys, this is probably the best case scenario that we could have gotten from today. So we didn't get as large hail as what was previously thought could have happened, and that's because the storms actually started up later. The later that the storm started up, it was the better. One of the reasons why they started so late, we had a lot of cloud cover stretching over us from Mexico, so we didn't have that daytime heating up the service. Remember, hot air rises, so we weren't able to get that instability as high as what it could have been if we had more sunshine. So storms started later, and with them starting later, we ended up having less intense thunderstorms. But we still have that another chance tomorrow, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Let's talk a little bit more about this thunderstorm, though, right now that's making its way into parts of Bexar County. So I am having a little bit of a drop in my data. We're having issues with the radar site in New Braunfels, rather. So we're picking up the radar site from over in Brackettville, which is giving us a little bit more data there. So let me go ahead and put everything into a pause. Let's look at the amount of lightning strikes that we've had over the last 15 minutes. You'll notice that it's down big time. Now, some of those lightning strikes are really far away from the storm, but 311 now compared to when we were back over Hondo. See if it'll give me that data. Looks like it's having trouble. It's trying to count it all up. There were 961 lightning strikes when it was over Hondo. So a difference in about 45 minutes has shown that this storm is really collapsing and really weakening. Wind is not much of an issue anymore. It has weakened big time as this storm continues to push east. That's why the National Weather Service in San Antonio has decided to go ahead and get rid of the severe thunderstorm warning. That's why there's no longer one in place. I see we got rain pretty good for about 2 hours. It's loud in Atascosa County. Yeah, Jenny, pretty good thunderstorms down there too. Let's actually take a look at those so we can make sure that y'all get an idea of what's coming your way too. Again, a few thunderstorms down there towards Atascosa County and down towards McMullen County and LaSalle County. Nothing too serious though. Again, nothing severe out there. We remain under a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. I'm actually going to check with the National Weather Service right now to see if they are continuing that watch. Looks like they are. They intend to continue it until midnight, at least for now. They did mention that the storm is currently weakening, the one moving into Bexar County. Still could see wind gusts of about 50 to 55 miles per hour and penny-sized hail at the largest from Medina County into Bexar County. So nothing too serious. Penny-sized hail, not really that much of an issue, and it's likely going to continue to go down as this moves east. There were reports in Castroville. A spotter says that there were reports right there in Medina County of high voltage power explosions cited about three minutes ago, but that was also really about 5 minutes ago now. So they may have seen some power flashes, maybe from some of the lightning strikes, maybe causing power issues, maybe also from some high winds through there. People talking about the thunder that we're dealing with right now in San Antonio. It is so loud out there, guys. I completely agree. Nothing severe, and guys, the storm is weakening. So we're looking at our severe threat for the rest of the night pretty much going down the drain, which is what we wanted to hear. You know, you don't want me to talk about the severe threat going up. It's going down. We still got the heavy rain. We still got thunder and lightning. You still could have a power outage because remember, with all that lightning, it could cause some power outages. But things are definitely quieted down. That's what we want to hear. And let me go ahead and pop up the hail tracker because I know that's what a lot of people in Bexar County, they care more about. They want to know, hey, how's the hail looking? Well, not that bad. There's a look at the only hail we're seeing in this storm. Pea-size hail south of Highway 90. It was a lot bigger earlier. There was a bigger hail core off to the north. I'm running it back to 10 p.m. This is not current. Timestamp in the top right corner of your screen. Keep an eye on that. We made our way throughout the last hour. That hail core collapsed completely. Looks like it didn't even make it to Bexar County. We may make it through this entire event without any hail in Bexar County. Big bang just 5 minutes ago, about Ackerman area. Now fire trucks headed that way. Yeah, you know, some of this lightning is going to strike far away from the storm. It could cause some fires, something we don't want to see, but it is possible. What is happening in Bernie? Right now, you've got a lot of lightning, likely, or you're hearing some thunder from these storms that are down to your south and west, the more intense parts of them, that is. Likely going to have the winds pick up. So I'm going to draw something on the map here. Take a look at this. This is a gust front. It sometimes forms out ahead of a storm whenever it's dying. This storm is dying, and so it's pushing out a bunch of wind out ahead of it. So you're likely going to have the winds really pick up in Bernie here in the next 5 to 10 minutes, but no worry, nothing severe there. Just some strong winds pushing out from the shower, and something that's actually going to be really nice in Bernie, when that wind pushes through, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a real refreshing air mass because it's coming from the top of a thunderstorm, higher up in the atmosphere, pushing down and pushing out, bringing with it some cooler air. So should actually feel pretty nice outside. But I want to go outside just because we have a lot of lightning still in the area, and some of these lightning strikes are striking far away from the storm. Let's actually take a look at how far away these lightning strikes are getting. Take a look up there in northern Comal County. We're seeing lightning strikes occur 30 plus miles away from this storm up there. So really far away, and again, still a very intense storm, even though it's weakening, it's still very intense. The amount of lightning we've had over the last last 15 minutes, less than 300 now. So the number has been going down as it just ticks up by one strike there, as I say that. But numbers have been going down overall. For the last about 15 minutes since we went live. So these storms are weakening. People talking about lightning so bad and thunder so bad that it is rattling the house for 15 seconds straight. How about the medical center area? Hey, guess what, Monica, that's where we are. We hear that thunder too. We've seen a little bit of lightning outside. No big issues for the medical center. No hail, no damaging wind, lightning, just a run-of-the-mill thunderstorm now. This thunderstorm is weakened big time, and it will continue to weaken as it moves deeper into San Antonio. The whole reason why I'm live right now is just to let everybody know everything's going to be okay. You know, nothing severe out there. The storm is collapsing. We're still going to have some gusty winds in San Antonio. We're still going to have some batches of heavy rain, and we're still going to have thunder and lightning. But nothing too serious. Eric's saying, drink some water, please. Hey, man, the talking that I've done today has dried out my throat a little bit. I'm sorry if I do cough a little bit. I'll try to keep it under control, though. I'm going to get some water here in just a moment. We're not going to be live much longer, just live long enough to let everyone know that everything's going to be okay, nothing severe out there, and keep a close eye just to make sure nothing does happen. So we're also going to talk a little bit about what we're expecting for tomorrow. Now, I'm checking that hail core again, that one tiny one that we have just northwest of Lytle. Guys, that's pea-size hail. Nothing to be concerned about. But I'm just checking it real quick, making sure nothing's happening, making sure it's not trying to do anything crazy. I want to make sure it behaves itself. Everything's looking fine, though. No issues. May get a little bit of brief period of pea-size hail there in Lytle and the coast, and that's about it. Teresa says, tell us about tomorrow. Let's do that. All right, guys, let's take a break from the radar right now because nothing too serious out there, just some good soaking rain. And let's talk about tomorrow. So let me see if this is updated now. And guys, I think that's the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. I have to check something because as we do these updates, things are changing. So the Storm Prediction Center may go ahead and update their website, and our data may not update right away. So I just have to check this real quick. And it looks like it hasn't updated yet, so that's good. This is a look at Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. We have a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5. So the risk isn't as high as today. You know, we'll see what happens because some of the weather models are showing a little bit more intensity, and we're going to keep a close eye on that. Now, this is the HRRR. It's a little bit behind. It has handled this weather system better, though. And as we head throughout tonight, this is really important, and I'm going to let our digital, one of our digital managers know, hey, you may want to keep an eye on this one, Jackson. Because earlier it was showing more intense thunderstorms in the morning, but it looks like it won't be as intense anymore. At 1:30 a.m., maybe a few light showers out there, maybe a few storms in LaGrange by 3:30 a.m., but that's outside the KENS 5 viewing area, and those storms will be moving away. By the time we get to 5 a.m., maybe a few light showers. Some past model runs had shown intense thunderstorms moving through at about 7 a.m., but it doesn't look like that's the case anymore. It looks like those will fizzle out before they even make it to the KENS 5 viewing area. And then as we head into about 2 p.m., maybe a little bit of thunderstorm activity trying to get going, 4, 5 o'clock. And this one model will actually stop us at 4 and 5 o'clock. It doesn't take us past that time period because some of these model runs, they don't go on forever. They can't give us 5 days in advance. This one only takes us out a certain amount of hours. So I'm going to change the weather model that we're using, and I'm going to give us a wider look at what could possibly happen for tomorrow. Now keep in mind, this one may show something a little different compared to what that other model just showed us. For instance, it's trying to show storms in Port Lavaca right now. Guess what? There's no storms in Port Lavaca at the moment, so it's not initializing as well. Moving through the timeline, it also tries to show storms move through at 7, 8 a.m. down towards Carrizo Springs and Cotulla, but not really for anybody else. But by the time we head into the evening, here's the timeline for tomorrow's storms. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., they come down from the north. By 11:30, midnight. And by midnight, 1:30 a.m., they're through Lavaca County and moving out, and we'll see quieter conditions. I'm going to run it back. But you see there at 7:30, we see some storms moving through. I'm actually going to run it all the way back to the morning, guys. Let me run it all the way back to the morning. Excuse me, I misspoke. I said 7, 8 a.m. I meant to say 7, 8 p.m. So it's dry for tomorrow morning, or at least there's just light showers, nothing severe. We move to around 6, 7 p.m. We see storms start to move over from the Rio Grande. So it is going to be another night event, late afternoon, evening event for tomorrow for that marginal risk. Storms then come down from the north around 10, 10:30, impacting San Antonio on that I-35 corridor by anywhere from 9 to 11 o'clock. Once we get into the early morning hours on Wednesday, I'm talking about after midnight, Gonzales, Hallettsville, seeing possibly some strong storms, and then those storms are out of your area by the time, I would say by the time we get to about 2 a.m., maybe even earlier than that. And then we'll have quieter conditions moving in for the rest of the week. Thank goodness. I'm happy about that. I'm sure a lot of other people are because I'm sick of this severe weather. You know, I'm thankful for the rain. We need this rainfall. But I don't want any of this severe weather just like the rest of y'all. The rain has been very beneficial, though. You know, the aquifer's really up. Great conditions there. I want to bounce it back to the radar, though, for right now. This thunderstorm, man, just continues to collapse, which is great. You want me to say that. I know you may be saying, oh, man, he said collapse. What does that mean? But it just means that it's not holding together very well. We're now down to 232 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes. That's way down compared to what it was just another 10 minutes ago. You know, if I ran this back 10 minutes, you'd see a lot more. Take a look at this. This doesn't even include the entire part of the storm. 524. That was at 10:33. Here we are at 11:04, about 30 minutes later, and we've cut that in half. So the storm is weakening. The winds are not as strong. There is some heavy rain. There is some lightning. There is some thunder, especially over by SeaWorld right now. And there was some pea-sized hail earlier on. Barely any south of Castroville. Near Lacoste, some pea-sized hail. That's not going to damage your car. Nothing to worry about there. It's not going to re-intensify. Sharon says, why does my weather app say it will rain all day tomorrow, though? Sharon, is it the Ken's 5 weather app? That's what I wonder. Because, we keep our weather app updated and put our own information in there. And if it is our app and it's saying that, I may have to go check it to make sure it's running right. But if it's another app, I can't speak for that app. That's a different program. It may be just taking model data, weather model data, and spitting out information. It could be in somebody else's forecast. But when you get our information, you are getting our forecasts put out by the meteorologist on our staff. We are dedicated. We're the largest weather team in all of San Antonio. And we all do a lot of different things behind the scenes to keep everybody updated and informed, that being one of the things that we do. So when you get alerts and stuff, it's us. I mean, we're working hard behind the scenes, all of us, and then including our digital team too, that helps us keep everything running properly. We all work together to make sure everyone stays safe and informed. Sharon says, no, it's another app. I'm not going to name the app because I don't want to cause any trouble. But Sharon, download that Kent's 5 weather app because it can give you up-to-date information updated by people who live right here in San Antonio. But I can't name the app that you named. So yeah, download our app, and then of course you'll get all the alerts and updates about San Antonio and the surrounding area whenever you're on the go. Can I move my car back into the driveway? I parked under a neighbor's who is out of town. Yeah, Brian, you're good. I'm safe saying that. And that lets you know, guys, these storms are collapsing. Even if you're in Lacoste. Now, there's still a lot of thunder and lightning. Don't go outside. But even if you're in Lacoste where there's some pea-sized hail that's possibly approaching you, the storm's dying, the hail core's dying, and don't worry. You're able to move your car. Julie says, have a good night. Thank God for the weakening severe weather. Prayers to all that had to go through that this evening out west. Yeah, I agree, Julie. I hope you have a wonderful night yourself. Joanne says, I hope it stops by 7 a.m., and it will. Don't worry. It'll stop well before 7 a.m. I think that I'll be leaving this station before midnight myself. And if I'm leaving, you know it's over. I see Brian saying, sweet, thanks, no problem. I see my dog hates thunder. Castle Hills needs sunglasses. I don't know what that means. Castle Hills needs sunglasses. But yeah, my dog hates thunder too. I totally agree. If we ever get a big boom outside, the house shakes, barks immediately. Says, whoa, what was that? Kind of like how I react. But thanks, you calm my kids down. Gary, no problem. I'm here to keep everybody informed. So I don't mind it at all. Joanne says she's having surgery at 8 a.m., so I hope so. Joanne, good luck with your surgery. I hope everything goes fine. And should be maybe a little bit of damp roads out there, a little bit of light shower activity possible tomorrow morning. So just take it easy on the roads, and I hope everything goes fine for you. How fast were the winds in Hondo? Sounded ferocious. Sandy, I'm glad you asked. The most intense winds that we had out of any storm tonight came in Hondo. We had a storm report of 70 mile per hour winds at the Hondo airport. So you actually had in Hondo the most intense winds out of anybody in South Texas this evening. So yeah, it was ferocious, no kidding. I'm glad that we haven't had any reports of damage in Hondo. I hope that as we head throughout tomorrow, we don't wake up and the sun's shining and people find any damage. I hope that everybody made it out through without any. So let's go ahead and bump it back up on the thunderstorm. I want to make sure we continue to keep an eye on this. It is still collapsing. Where's my man Bill Taylor? Jennifer, he's in-house. He's in the studio right now, continuing to keep everything running through there. We, of course, have to put crawls out every once in a while when there's a watch in place. He's running that and, of course, keeping an eye on things in the studio in case we ever do have to go live on TV. But he is still in-house. What was the name of y'all's app again? The answer is you can just look up Kent's 5 on the App Store. Just look up KENS and then the number 5. But you can honestly probably just look up KENS and still be able to find it. And I see someone responded there letting them know. Thank you so much. Sounded like a hurricane. Sandy, it was actually just a couple of miles per hour below Category 1 hurricane strength. So for those winds, of course, not being a tropical setup, it wasn't a hurricane, of course, but hurricane strength winds nearly that made their way through Hondo. So you say it sounded like a hurricane, that's pretty much right on point for what it was like. It's Pleasanton out of the woods. Noel, you still could get some thunderstorms, but nothing severe. You're fine. There is still a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight, but I'm willing to bet the National Weather Service ends up getting rid of that after this storm shifts a little bit further off to the east. Jennifer says, you're doing great too. Thanks, no problem. I'm happy to keep you all updated. Will there be rain the rest of the week, or can we expect some sun? Dominique, that is a great question. We have more thunderstorms for tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. Some of those could be strong to severe. You're going to see me here again, keeping everybody updated. I was thinking about taking tomorrow off, but with the chance for more severe weather, I'll be here. So I'll get some days off later this week. I'm not worried about it. But I'll be right here keeping you all updated tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. So will Weather Chief Bill Taylor. So he'll be on, again, covering the TV side of things. I'll be covering the digital side of things. And we'll make sure everybody stays safe and informed throughout the afternoon and evening. Dale says, so is it just me, or are we getting more severe weather this year? Well, Dale, actually, we had a bunch of severe weather instances last May as well. One of the reasons I remember that is because I was working at home, but because of the severe weather happening, I had to come into work a few times last year during May. And we actually ended up having a few tornadoes last May, if I remember right. I think we had a few tornadoes that made their way through the region. And it wasn't anything too awful, but it was enough for me to remember that happening. So, yeah, we had a few rounds of it. This year, we've had a few rounds too, but we have had a lot more rain, which is needed. So I'm happy to have the rain, but I wish we could just get it without severe weather. Cindy says skipped again. I may have accidentally skipped her. Let me run up. You are missing lots of comments. Homes in Bulverde and Canyon Lake are shaking. Cindy, I apologize. So we do have a lot of thunder right now in that area too. I can actually take the radar up in that direction. And Cindy, I apologize. There's a lot of questions that come in. Sometimes I miss them. I try to answer as much as possible. And if you ask it again, I'll do my best to find it. And I apologize. Obviously, you said skipped again. I saw it and was able to answer it for you. So you see the lightning that's occurring up there towards Bulverde. So yes, you probably hear a lot of shaking outside from the thunder. But you're honestly not even going to get that much rain. The more intense part of the storm is going to stay south of that 410 or within the 410 loop. I would rather say 410-281 interchange. It's going to stay right within there and south of the airport. I see thank you, no problem. Thunder occasionally keeps rattling the house in Universal City, and I'm willing to bet that. Yeah, we have some thunder, some lightning striking rather, out there. Cindy says, I understand, just want to let you know. Hey, Cindy, no problem. Thank you for reminding me and just saying, hey, you skipped. Heads up. Keeping me in check. I appreciate that. I see a thank you, no problem. We're happy to keep everybody updated. The most intense part of the storm, somewhere where we may even have a few power outages right now, would be Lytle down to Von Army. Castroville, maybe some power outages. In the Lacoste area, we could have some power outages, and that's where we have a lot of lightning, a little bit of gusty winds, but nothing severe. And we also have that possibility for that pea-sized hail. We're going to look at hail in a second. Down to 146 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes, so the storm continues to weaken. No more hail. I see nothing. Yeah, guys, that's it. We're done with hail. So this storm will continue to collapse again, and we'll see things really quiet down. Blowing in and raining really noisy between Leon Valley and Helotes. Yeah, that's where we have some heavy rain moving into right now. Yeah. Probably a lot of lightning and some thunder there too. What about southwest? Yeah, Connie, you're getting some of the really heavy rain at the moment. Also seeing a good amount of lightning and thunder in that area, or hearing a good amount of thunder. Joanne says, just lost power in the SeaWorld area. Joanne, thank you. Thank you for that update. So yeah, we are going to have power outages from the amount of lightning we're dealing with. It's likely not from wind. We have sub-severe wind speeds out there. So in other words, nothing too intense, no hail. And the lightning strikes, I figured were going to cause some problems, and we are having some problems. Kenneth says, I remember y'all's coverage was the best last year, and this year too. You guys are my go-to for severe weather coverage. Thanks again. Kenneth, thank you so much. We're happy to keep you updated. I'm happy that we have nothing severe out there right now. I'm not going to be on here all night now that we don't have anything severe, and I don't think we're going to, I think we'll continue to not have anything severe. But, you know, I don't mind sticking around for a little bit longer. I may stay live on here for probably about the next 15 minutes, just keeping people updated, because some people are going to wake up on the south side and say, man, what's going on out there? It's coming down hard, and we've got some really strong wind, and they may be looking for answers. And I'll stick around for about the next 15 minutes just to make sure everyone stays updated. It's bad on the south side. Daniel mentioning that. Yeah, I just mentioned. Yeah, the thunderstorms, pretty intense down there. Nothing severe. Strong winds, though. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, likely some strong wind, but thankfully nothing severe. Super loud on Highway 90 right now, Gabriel's saying. So is Tuesday going to be as bad as it was tonight for the next week? Is there going to be severe thunderstorms? Yes, there is going to be another chance for severe weather on Tuesday night. It could be just as bad as tonight, but honestly, I always say don't compare two events too much, because while it was bad for you, people in Bandera may be saying, well, you know, we didn't really get anything. People in Kerrville saying, well, what happened? So I wouldn't say as bad. Could be worse for some people. Could be not as bad for others. I always say never compare hurricanes either. You know, Katrina was really bad for New Orleans and the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But Houston was saying, well, that didn't really impact us. So, you know, it depends on different events can have different impacts depending on where you are. But, you know, it could be the same for what San Antonio is seeing right now, but we also could see a more intense thunderstorm, just something that we're going to have to keep an eye out for. I see, so no more hail. The answer is correct. No more hail. Not seeing any right now. Cindy says, thank you so much for the updates, keeping us informed. No problem. Is more rain coming to Jourdanton? The answer is yes. You have some rain headed towards your way right now. Any rainstorms down in Del Rio? Not right now. Let's take a look off to the west. You see quiet. We do have some showers and storms down towards southern Maverick County. Those are not going to be causing any issues, though. Just a little bit of rain activity to help soften up the ground a little bit more. 151 and Westover Hills Boulevard is getting a light show right now. I see, so no hail in Pleasanton. Correct. No hail in Pleasanton. We'll take a look down there right now just to put your mind at ease. There's a look at the hail track. It's on right now. I know it's hard to tell because there's nothing showing up, but if I rewind it a little bit, you'll see it. That was at 10, so that's not current. But you see it all just kind of collapsed as it shifted east. No more hail showing up out there. So Pleasanton's fine. The storm continues to weaken. Do you think this will reach Seguin, Belmont, and Gonzales? Marianne, I think you may get a little bit of showers tonight, but as far as anything severe or strong, no. I don't think you're going to even see much lightning out there. Just a little bit of shower activity possible. We've still got about 125 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes there, so still pretty electric. Still could have, uh-oh, I see lost sound. Huh, I still have sound here. Still got about 125 Joanne, if you've lost sound, you may have your volume turned down. Just heads up. You may want to check the volume on your phone. If everybody else can hear me, give me a heads up. I've got audio on my side. Just give me a shout out if you can't hear audio, guys. Hearing a lot of thunder outside. Seeing a few lightning strikes in the window. So still pretty an electric storm out there. We're also still dealing with the severe thunderstorm watch in place. People saying sound is good. Good to hear. Everyone's saying they can hear me. Excellent. Thank you all so much. So Joanne, check the volume on your phone. That may be the issue there. We were having audio issues earlier on, so I appreciate the lookout. If we ever have any issues, y'all just give me a shout out. We'll fix it ASAP. So again, the storm's weakening. I'd say the most intense part of it is kind of right over Von Army and Somerset. Right there on the southwest side, I-35 at right at 1604. That's where we have the heaviest rain, the most intense lightning. No hail, though. That's the good news. Thanks for all you do for the weather updates. Jay, no problem. So Wolf Stadium, getting a pretty good storm right now. That's Highway 90 and 410. Nothing in the way of severe weather, though, still. Just a good amount of lightning, good amount of thunder, heavy rainfall, good soaking rain. A lot of people saying they appreciate us. Thanks for keeping us posted. No problem. Heavy rain and a lot of lightning in Somerset. Yes, Caesar, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your update. I hope I just pronounced your name correctly. If I didn't, tell me how to correctly pronounce it, and I will be sure to do it in the future. Sometimes I say people's names wrong, and I'm a little embarrassed by it. Let me know if I do something wrong. I want to make sure that I get it right. Raining hard in Lytle, still lightning. Yeah, you just had a really intense part of the storm just move over you. Thankfully, you're on the backside of this now. So Lytle over the next 5 to 10 minutes is going to get a lot quieter outside. As far as the rain's concerned, you're still going to hear thunder from this storm as it moves away, but not going to be as intense. Thanks for everything you do. No problem. Any tornado? Rhonda wants to know. No tornado. Nothing. Not even a severe thunderstorm. Nothing bad right now. Lightning galore in Windcrest right now. Said the name right. Excellent. Thank you. Around what time is the thunder expected to stop in the SeaWorld area? Whoo, you got some time. I would say it could be another 30 to 45 minutes maybe. So you still got a while. We just had a pretty good crack of thunder right here at the station. Real intense. I see people saying no gorilla hail. People were talking about that earlier. And gorilla hail would just be large hail. Some storm chasers like to use that terminology whenever they're describing large hail. No large hail. Someone had commented, gorilla hail at the San Antonio Zoo, but no hail anywhere. Not even any small hail. Not any caterpillar size hail. So no issues out there. The San Marcos is going to get rain tonight, possibly later on, but nothing severe. And I don't think really any thunderstorm activity either. Any storms for New Braunfels Canyon Lake within the next couple of days? Yes, Tristan, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, you're going to see some. Possible. And we've got actually some live views of lightning. Is that, I'm talking to our digital content producer, or manager, excuse me. He's helping me to work out a few things. Is that an RS9? Is that an RS9?
Let me double check.
Could you put it in there if it's not? So he's helped me out with a few things here behind the scenes. We're going to give you a look at some of the lightning that's going on outside. We've got a pretty good view of it. and he's making sure that it's all set up in our system here so I can bring it up to share with you. Because some of these lightning strikes have been really intense. Some pretty good video coming out. And is that one of the live streams that also has audio tied to it?
I'll kill it.
Yeah, because we have the ability to kill the audio. Appreciate it, Jackson. Thank you so much for your help. So the most intense part of the storm is staying southwest of San Antonio. We can still see a lot of lightning from it, though. Lytle area just had the most intense part of the storm go through. Further down to the south or to the northeast of Lytle, Von Army, seeing the most intense part of the storm. Lacoste just had a pretty intense part, and it's still going east. I'm being asked to pronounce another name. Man, I'm going to say Merced. If I said it wrong, let me know. Justin said, Justin is being goofy. How many, oh gosh, y'all are being goofy. See, how many Red Bulls do you have to drink to stay there doing weather updates all night? I don't have to. I'm good right now. I used to drink a lot of Red Bull, but I try to not drink too much just because you get all jittery if you have too much. Not much rain fell in Pleasanton. You have more chances for rain later on tonight. Don't worry. It's thundering up here in Kyle, Texas. Anything this way? Yeah, you know, there are some showers up there, but honestly, you're getting thunder from our storm. So that lightning strike occurred 40 miles away from the actual storm, and you heard the thunder that's occurring in Comal County from the lightning strike in Comal County. So pretty cool there. Even though you're well into Hays County, you're hearing that thunder. Any hail in Helotes? The answer is no. What about Bernie and Kendall County? No, you're absolutely fine. Nothing severe up your way. Not really much in the way of rainfall either. So let's put this into play. Show the movement of these showers and storms. You see them collapsing. I mean, look at what you see where they started in northern Webb County. You got really intense through Uvalde and Hondo, and then they just kind of fall apart as they continue to move deeper into San Antonio. And I love being able to say that. The storms are falling apart. Not even as much lightning there on that camera anymore. Still some strikes every once in a while. Still a little bit of a light show there in southwest Bexar County. But definitely much quieter compared to what we had a little while ago. Now this is the most current look at radar. Let's get a count on the strikes. Less than 100 strikes it's looking like now, but I did miss a few strikes that are further off to the north. I'm willing to bet it is 100 if I include those further to the north. But we're seeing the amount of lightning definitely go down big time compared to what it was about 30 minutes to an hour apart. Let's see here. I heard two people talking at once. So I was making sure that y'all couldn't hear some audio coming from somewhere else. Lots of dangerous cloudy ground lightning and loud thunder in Ellison and Marbach. Yeah, a lot of lightning down there at the moment. Maria says no power on Highway 16. So yeah, that's just another spot where it looks like we're having trouble with the lightning strikes, causing some power outages. Hopefully that calms down soon. Scrolling through, making sure I'm answering questions here. Lots of lightning and thunder at Marbach and 1604. So we're down to 88 lightning strikes now in the last 15 minutes. So still a lot of lightning, but not as much as what we had before. And actually, you know what? You had mentioned earlier, someone had mentioned about how Kyle had thunder. You had a lightning strike in Kyle. That is 57 miles away from our thunderstorm. So you had a lightning strike that occurred 57 miles away, and that's why you heard thunder. You didn't hear the lightning strike in Comal County. You heard one right there outside your front door. That's pretty intense, guys, to be able to kick out a lightning strike like that. This has been quite the thunderstorm. That's why it's important to go inside whenever you hear thunder outside, and pay attention to the weather in the area so you make sure you're not outside whenever there could be something intense like a severe thunderstorm not far away from you. Now, nothing severe now. Again, it was severe earlier, but this is just a regular run-of-the-mill thunderstorm now. Not even really that strong with the winds. No, Larry's asking no tornadoes in Comal County, right? The answer is no. Nothing like that there. Maybe had a little bit of a gust come through, but that's about it. There is a significant weather advisory for Atascosa and Bexar County until midnight. That's going to be just from some strong winds possible with this storm. 40 to 50 mile per hour winds in some isolated spots. That's about it. It is now 11:30 though at night. We still have 219 people on the stream. And with that being the case, I guess there's a lot of people who either are just trying to keep an eye on the weather or trying to get an idea of what's going on. And with so many people on the stream, guys, I'm going to stay live just to make sure everyone feels safe, stays updated, and knows that there's nothing to worry about. A lot of lightning out there still, very noisy thunderstorms. We have power outages. And I'm sure a lot of people who have power outages right now are trying to wonder what's going on out there. You may be just now joining the stream, finding out that the clock right next to your bed is flickering and saying, what's going on? Did I just lose power? What's all this noise outside? Do we have thunderstorms? Well, I'll stay on and continue to keep people updated with that being the case. So I'll go ahead and put this in pause. This is the latest look at radar. Let's go ahead and get an idea how much lightning we've had the last 15 minutes, 82 strikes. So the number keeps going down. A much lower number compared to what we had in Medina County. Those in Medina County can vouch for me. This was an electric storm as it moved through, and a very intense storm. 70 mile per hour wind gusts recorded at the Hondo Airport. So very intense storm. Marion wants to know, how bad is the wind in Bulverde? I have elderly friends there. It's probably pretty strong wind, maybe up to 40 miles per hour at most. But Bulverde is not having serious issues right now. Bulverde is fine. You can let your friends know if they call, or if you want to call them if they're still awake, that Bulverde is fine. No serious issues up their way. Light rain with some thunders in San Marcos. John wants to know, what's the weather in Atkins doing? The answer is that you may get a little bit of a thunderstorm through there. Some heavy rain, that's about it. Nothing severe. What is the rainfall rate? I think I can use that tool to get an idea on that. It just gave me an idea on the severe thunderstorm watch. Give me 1 second. I'll get that rainfall rate for you in just a moment. Let me just turn a few things off here so I can get an accurate read on it, and you'll get to see it pop up right on the screen. If it wants to give it to me, that's so weird. Usually it'll pop it right up for me. May have to select something. Give me 1 second. Got it selected there. Well, sorry, but it looks like it doesn't want to pop up that data for me. Yep, guys, I'm not going to be able to pop up that data. I apologize, but I can tell you now, it's a good amount of rainfall, probably up to maybe about an inch an hour there on the southwest side. So not as bad as what it could be, but I'd say at the highest amount, it would be about an inch an hour, looking at it. Teresa says, no wind in Bulverde right now. That's good to hear. Joanne says, I guess the cell tower, it's down the street from my house. Maybe it's down, she's saying. I hope we can get power again soon. How about the hill country? Misty's wanting to know. Let's zoom out and let's take a look at the hill country. Nothing too bad up there. Looks like the storms have kind of just gone away. Kerrville, Kerr County, Kendall County, Bandera County, and Medina County, you're still under severe thunderstorm watch, and so is Frio County. But honestly, if I just named your county, you're done. There's no more severe weather threat for you. The storms have moved east, and honestly, you're done. But they're going to let the severe thunderstorm watch, I think, expire right at midnight. Just because we do still have a pretty good thunderstorm in southern Bexar County. While it's not severe, still, they're likely going to continue with this watch just all the way up until about midnight. So, but if you're in Bandera, Medina, Frio, Kerr, Kendall County, I'd say it's good for you to go ahead and head to bed. Maybe you hear a few rumbles of thunder in the distance, and maybe that helps you fall asleep a little bit easier when your head hits the pillow. Let's see here. Cindy's saying, I don't think it's the wind, it's the thunder shaking the houses. Yeah. But Verdi likely still having thunder shaking the houses. Yeah, that may be what they're talking about there, Cindy. Thank you. See a lot of thank yous, no problem. I'm happy giving everybody updates. That's why I'm here. That's why I do these live updates. That way everybody can stay informed. Lightning activity has gone down big time. Let's take a look at it. 49 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes. San Antonio, the National Weather Service may be considering getting rid of the watch. Let me see the chat here, see what they're saying. No updates really since 11/17, but we'll see what happens. They may look at this again and say, you know what, storm's done. It's even though we still have a lot of lightning out there, we still hear the thunder and stuff. Don't get me wrong, still a pretty good storm, but it's falling apart. It's pretty much putting out as much energy as it can as it's dying, and we'll see it just kind of completely go away. Mario, when the thunder rolls and the Light King strikes, that's when Andrew Wilson reports at night. Light rain in Canyon Lake. Yeah, you may have a rumble of thunder or two too, but nothing too serious at Canyon Lake. Lightning, such a terrible beauty. A nice show though. Yeah, Mark, it has been a pretty impressive light show in the sky. And very impressive with how far away these lightning strikes have occurred from this storm. Like I said, we had that lightning strike up towards Kyle. We've had another one occur. But, from the most intense part of this storm, looking at the distance, we're talking nearly 60 miles away. One of these lightning strikes are occurring. This has been quite a storm. We've definitely had a lot of separation of charges with how intense it got. Really separated those charges. And whenever you get that separation, then you end up with some of those lightning strikes. And that's where we've had such an electric storm tonight. So these storms continuing to kind of filter on off to the east. Again, the only real storm we got. Now, we got some rumbles of thunder down south of Karnes City. If you're in Karnes City, you may hear some rumbles of thunder closer on toward the B County line, and then stretching over towards Goliad, the storm making its way off to the east. Gracie says, is it safe to go outside? Gracie, that depends on where you are. If you are in southwest San Antonio, or if you are in Von Army, don't go outside. There's too much lightning. You shouldn't be going outside right now. But let's say you're in Kerrville, likely fine to go outside. Will you be live tomorrow night if the weather is severe? Yvette, I already plan on being in. So you can expect me here again tomorrow night giving updates. And if we have severe weather, I'll be live right here in this exact same spot tomorrow night, keeping everybody updated. And Weather Chief Bill Taylor will be in-house too. He's in-house right now. He's still here. He's in the studio right now, making sure everything is updated there and keeping everybody updated behind the scenes. So we're still in-house. We're still here. We still got our digital staff in, working hard behind the scenes, keeping everybody updated on the information from these storms. And, you know, we want to make sure everyone stays updated with this. Ida says she hears that storm from Karnes County that I just mentioned a moment ago. Nothing severe there, nothing to be worried about, Ida. Just a little bit of thunderstorm activity, something nice to sleep to. Honestly, you'd be safe to go to bed and no issues, just nice rumbling thunder to maybe help you fall asleep. Justin says, is it safe to go to the bar at 11:40 at night? I mean, maybe you work a different shift. I'd say yes, it is safe. Still some wet roadways out there, but you know, drive safely out there if you are headed out, Justin. I have seen some of your comedy in the chat, Justin, so I haven't read all of it aloud, but I'm happy to answer that one for you. Martha says thank you, no problem. 151 and 410, Gracie commenting, is it safe to go outside right there? Honestly, Gracie, I would say hold off. You know, if you're just headed out to your car real quick, you're likely going to be fine. But, you know, I would say hold off. If you got to be outside for a long period of time, just don't do it. It's just still too much lightning in the area. Still a lot less compared to earlier on. We're down to 29 lightning strikes now. We just had 49 a moment ago. This storm is done. It is put it in the books. It's ready to call it quits. So I'll continue to stay on just a little bit longer. You know, we're so close to when the severe thunderstorm watch is going to be canceled or expire. It expires at midnight. I might as well just stay on until it either is canceled or expired. Now remember, we have another round of storms tomorrow night. I'm going to continue to be here again. And then I'm going to, of course, keep everybody updated tomorrow night. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I've been on for a little while today. Could hear some thunder here in New Braunfels and see some lightning. Yeah, Juan, we did have some thunder up that way, and that's from the storm that's well to your southwest. You're also getting a little bit of rain in New Braunfels now, though. So could be getting a little bit of lightning from that. Nothing severe, though. Just a few rumbles of thunder here and there. I see a few thank yous, no problem. Ashley wants to know, I-10 in Wurzbach, can I take my dog out to go potty? You know, that's a good question. I-10 in Wurzbach. Let's check it out. I would say, yeah, you're good. You're good to go ahead and go out and walk your dog. You know, the lightning activity has really gone down. I'd say if you're on the southwest side, be careful. But as lightning activity continues to go down, it'll start to be safe to go out, especially in about 15 minutes. If you wait about 15 minutes longer, you're going to see the lightning just pretty much go away completely. It's going to be really, really nice. Gracie says, thank you, no problem. Ashley says, awesome, thanks, no problem. So yeah, in the next 15 minutes, you're just going to see the lightning probably go down. I'm willing to bet at about 10 strikes or less. So hold me accountable. When it gets to be just before midnight, we're going to check this. We're going to check the counter. Make a little bit of a game out of this. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson says less than 10 lightning strikes in about the next 15 minutes. We'll see what happens. Again, shower activity is weakening. Storms are weakening. We've got the severe thunderstorm watch until midnight, but we'll see if the National Weather Service just keeps up with it. Can I show Seguin, Belmont, and Gonzales on the radar screen? The answer is yes. No problem, Marianne. There it is. You'll notice that there are some showers headed that way, maybe a few lightning strikes, but nothing too serious. things are going to continue to quiet down. So they're taking down that lightning video that I have up there, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just pop it back to the 2 box here. Thank you so much for that help, Jackson. I appreciate it. So, and was that video from Mario? All right, so shout out to Mario for that video. I just realized it was from him. So he had been in the chat saying hello a few times. Mario, thank you for that video. We appreciate it. So we had bats take off from the cave in New Braunfels. Check this out. I'll show you something interesting on radar. Right there, that's bats taking off from the cave southwest of New Braunfels. So they took off, and then the showers and storms came in. They likely moved over. And I'd love to show you something else that was really interesting that was from a few hours ago. As storms kind of made their way into, man, where was it? I think it was Brackettville, near Brackettville. May have been Uvalde. Goodness, where was it? Some bats took off, and then they turned around. There it is. That's it. So I'm going to show you something interesting on radar. Right here, I'm going to bring this forward, and you're going to see bats. Since things are quiet, we're going to talk a little bit about radars and how they work. They can pick up all sorts of things. They can pick up bugs in the air. They can pick up also bats flying through the air too. So I'm going to change the decibel level here a little bit on the radar so it can pick up some other things. We have a cave located right here in northern parts of Kinney County. This is pretty interesting, guys, so stick around. If you're still on now, you need to watch this. This is pretty cool. This is at 8:29 p.m. This is not current, so no storms right now in Kinney County or Brackettville. But the bats took off, and they headed toward the thunderstorm. But watch what happens. They're going to take a U-turn and go, whoop, no way, we're going to get away from this, as the storms continue to kind of push through. So 8:12 p.m., they take off right at sunset, and then they turn around as the storms come closer. Now I'm going to mark one more thing. There's an outflow boundary right here. One of the big reasons they may have taken off too, other than just rain, is outflow boundaries kick up things like insects and dust and dirt. The big key there, insects get kicked up by some of the strong winds. And that's why we can see outflow boundaries on radar, because radar has something to hit and bounce back and read saying, hey, there's something right there. It's an insect, or it's dust, it's particles. And the bats likely rode along that outflow boundary and got a nice little buffet of food flying through the air. So hopefully it was a lot of the mosquitoes that we've been having issues with from all the rain that we've had recently. But cool little radar lesson there. We'll bounce it back to what's happening right now, but if I have the chance to talk about something fun, I want to take the chance to talk about it with y'all. All right, guys, remember what I said. I said in 15 minutes we were going to have less than 10 lightning strikes. We got 10 on the dot right now. We still got another 7 minutes or so, or honestly, we got about 10 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes. We got about another 10 minutes, and it looks like my little gamble there is going to hold true. So people saying smart bats, that's so cool, no problem. Yeah, it's fun to be able to share some cool stuff about how the radar works. When I used to work in Jonesboro, Arkansas, that was my first market, TV market that I worked in out of college. I'm from Mississippi, and my first job was in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We could see the ducks and the snow geese on the radar. They would come in the wintertime, and they would land on all of the fields, the rice fields that were rice fields in the summer, but in the winter, farmers flood the fields, and they make for great duck hunting and snow geese hunting. And you could see them take off whenever it was right at sunrise. Pretty cool stuff, because they had so much there. But here, you see the bats on the radar. Good job from the bats bringing down the mosquitoes. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I don't want to see as much mosquitoes. All right, so guys, that storm has just collapsed. It's honestly not even that bad on the south side anymore. Yeah, we still got some lightning and thunder, but definitely a lot quieter. We still got some rain, nothing too intense. I'd say the even more intense storm is down towards maybe northern Bexar County now, which has got 4 lightning strikes. Ooh, but nothing too intense. Of course, that is noisy if you're down near Pettis or Karn City. A little noisy, but again, nothing too serious. Does the 3D button turn the storms into a different view? And it sure does. You know, we haven't looked at that much. Let's go ahead and do 3D on one of these storms. Let me zoom in, guys. Hold up. So we see how tall the storms are. They're not very tall at all, obviously, because they're not producing hail or anything. Now I can rewind this and show you a different time frame from when the storms were producing some hail. Let's run this back to when this storm was in Hondo. I'll go ahead and grab my 3D tool here, and I'll run it over. It may take a second for this to populate, so give it a second. There it is, populating. And you see the storms were even as high as, even up to 60,000 feet. And I still don't think that's completely done updating. You know, it's taken a second for it to grab the data. I'm trying to get to a better view so you can see a better view of this. Again, this is not right now. If you're just joining us, this is not right now. This was earlier tonight. And because it's kind of older data, it's taken a second for the computer to remember, hey, what did that look like when it moved through? I can tell you now, it's not picking up on it very well. I don't think it looked like that from 30 to 50,000 feet, that just narrow tower. But it gives you an idea. It gives us a different view. But it's old data, so it's having a little bit of tough time, the radar, to pick up exactly what was going on. Can you turn on the radar at Stone Oak? I don't think there's a radar site at Stone Oak. But we do have one not far in the New Braunfels area. So let's take a look at the local storm reports that we had. You know, we did have some hail. We also did have the wind report. This is ended up being our event here. So thankfully, it wasn't as intense as what it could have been. We had a 3/4 of an inch size hail in central Riel County at Lakey earlier on this afternoon. That was about 4:47 p.m. And then not long after that, the hail core grew and it was even bigger as it headed toward Lost Maple State Natural Area. Beautiful state natural area. If you've never been out there, super cool spot. You have to go see Monkey Rock. It's pretty cool. 1.5 inch hail. That is about ping pong ball size, so that was pretty big. Down in western Uvalde County, 0.3 of an inch hail, and then near Hondo, 70-mile-per-hour winds. That was the strongest winds that we had for tonight, and thankfully this storm collapsed as it made its way into portions of Bexar County. And thankfully, we haven't had reports of any damage in Hondo, even more thankfully for that, and I hope that we don't end up with any after the storm is all said and done. That 3D is amazing. Yeah, Marianne, we may use that a little bit more in the future. I wasn't really trying to use it too much tonight because sometimes it's really just, it's a cool way to show the storm, but sometimes it doesn't give us all the information that we really are trying to bring home to the viewers. Sometimes it's something cool to show off, but it can't show the information as well. If we have a hail core aloft, a large hail core, sometimes we can use it to really show off some of those large hail cores and show where the hail growth is. So we may use it for that. But yeah, you may see us use it sometimes in the future, but it's one of those tools we don't use as often. All right, we're 3 minutes away from me calling that 10 lightning strikes or less. I'm going to give it a huge view. I'm going to run this all the way across the KENS 5 viewing area. Let's see how many lightning strikes we have. Here we go. 8. Now that didn't include the whole viewing area. I want to give y'all a fair shot at this. So let me zoom out a little more. This is the whole KENS 5 viewing area. And it's been a little fun playing this tonight, so I'm happy we got to do this. 9 lightning strikes. So it looks like I won. I got it. Not that we were in a competition. Just, you know. Is this as bad as it's going to get in San Antonio this week? You know, we could have more storms tomorrow night, just a heads up. We'll keep a close eye on that. I see a lot of people on our Facebook Live have gone to bed, probably from my shenanigans now late this evening. Again, the storms have died down. That may be another reason why people have decided to go to bed. And I think I'm about to go ahead to bed myself. So guys, in 5 minutes, the severe threat's going to be over. The severe thunderstorm, really it's over now, but the severe thunderstorm watch is going to expire. With that being said, let's run a quick go through of what's possible for tomorrow. So, a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow, damaging wind and large hail is going to be what's possible. That is a lower risk compared to what we had today, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have any strong storms at all. I still think we're going to have a few strong to severe storms, large hail, damaging wind going to be the main threats. What's the timeline of that? Let's run through it. Future clouds and radar shows that by the time we head into about 4 p.m. tomorrow, this is 4 o'clock, we start to see a few storms approach from over into the Rio Grande area. Take a look at the timeline now, 6:30. Few storms near southern Maverick County. They make their way over towards Dimmitt County and into parts of LaSalle County. We also have some storms approaching from the north. That's Kerrville, Kendall County, Kerr County, Kendall County, Gillespie County, Blanco. These move south towards the I-35 corridor. They sweep down the I-35 corridor by about 9:30. That timestamp in the top right corner of your screen. These could be the storms that produce stronger winds, maybe the possibility of large hail. They'll continue to move south while those storms that were down in LaSalle County move east into McMullen County and eventually into Live Oak and B County. Let me run that back. That was pretty quick there. By the time we get to about 10 o'clock, Atascosa County gets in on some of those stronger storms. They continue through the area about 11 into midnight. At midnight, maybe an intense storm there in Cuero. It's possible in DeWitt County. And then the storms move out into Victoria by about 1:30 a.m. and they're completely out of here by the time we get to 2 o'clock. That was the latest update from Future Clouds and Radar. There will be new updates to show tomorrow morning, so be sure to tune in to Meteorologist Paul Morales' forecast. Of course, we'll continue to have updates throughout the day tomorrow. Weather Chief Bill Taylor and I will both be in tomorrow afternoon with the latest updates to the forecast after Meteorologist Paul Morales and Meteorologist Stacia Wilson are in tomorrow morning giving updates on the storms. Or giving updates on the storms that we have tomorrow evening, rather. And, we'll keep you updated on everywhere in between. On KENS5.com, the KENS5 app. If you don't have it yet, download it before you go to bed. It can be real useful whenever we have these storms moving through. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're live on all those platforms right now, and you can also watch us on KENS5.com. We'll have updates on KENS5 CBS right on your TV throughout the day, of course. And then also, give us a follow on Twitter. I love Twitter myself. If you don't follow me yet, Andrew Wilson WX. I'm a big fan of Twitter myself. So, bringing up Facebook chat one more time. See a lot of people saying good night. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. A lot of people saying thank you, no problem. Justin says, sleep tight, don't let the thunderbolt strike. I like that. Have a good one, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop up radar, and we'll watch that severe thunderstorm watch go away. Actually, I got to do it, guys. I got to get one more count on the thunder. On the lightning strikes. Let's do one more count. 3. And this is the time where I said it would be less than 10. We're now at that 15-minute time frame up. We're at 3 lightning strikes. So that lets you know these storms are done. Just some beneficial rain right now falling across the region. And you know what? We got 1 minute. I might as well just stay on until that severe thunderstorm watch is done. But I'll go ahead and wrap things up. Just let y'all know that I'm signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Remember, we do have another chance for strong storms tomorrow night. I will be here. Weather Chief Bill Taylor will be here. We'll keep you updated on KENS 5 throughout the day on all of our social media platforms. I'm going to go snag some food on my way home, I think. Actually, you know what? I made pork chops the other night, and I'm going to heat those up before I go to bed, get a little bit of a dinner in me. since I was a little bit busy during the dinner time here in our special digital center. So, Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's here.
Are you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Are you serious?
You know what? We have like 200 viewers. We have like 200 viewers still on,
awesome.
and I was like, I'll just stay on until the watch is done. There it goes.
And there it literally just went.
Yeah. So guys, I'm signing off. Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's
Great
got his
job,
jacket.
Andrew Wilson. We love
Great
you.
job, Bill Taylor. Hey, he's got his jacket in his hand and his bag on his back. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. My bag's right there. Storms are done. Rain's quieting down. Just some beneficial rain tonight. Another round of storms tomorrow. We'll be on for that. We're headed home. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at Ken's 5.